It's a tussle in Texas as the Fort Worth Toros take on the Mexico City Aztecs. And while those Toros have a 6-game win streak on these Aztecs, the only 2 times that Mexico City's been able to beat Fort Worth have been on the road. What will we see here tonight as we kick off an SFL Super Sunday? Hello, folks. I'm Tyler Fall. I'm joined in the booth by Alex West, Stephen Hacker, and Ramos Lynn, or the Stats Truck. Happy to have your company with you tonight. Alex, what can you tell us about today's contest?
Well, honestly, I am expecting an absolute fireworks show if things go the way I would like them to. I'd prefer where both teams have a passing attack that has shown plenty of capability. You've got plenty of stars that make up both offensive productions, and you can see in both teams our top 5 point per game. Fort Worth is 5th, and Mexico City is 2nd. But the Toros' defense is stiff, so they being at home could make things difficult for the Aztecs offense to move the ball.
The Aztecs are in their all whites. The Toros in their all navies, their traditional home uniforms. We are set for kickoff here from the stockyards. As here we go. Week 6 in Texas is underway. It was a good little return all the way up to about the 25-yard line. Good return by Jeffrey Daggs as we introduce you to the quarterback for Mexico City, Jordan Sipe. And Sipe was able to take down the Atlanta Swarm just last week. He was 10 of 19 with a touchdown and interception. Only sacked once for 161 yards. What can he bring to the table here in Fort Worth, Texas? We'll start with 3 wide receivers. And backs on either side of him in the gun. Sipe back to roll, under pressure. Just checks it down underneath to his halfback, Ray Bentley, one of 2 of them. The other one is Jacob Morrison alongside fullback Buford Van Dam. Wide receivers are Jason Bartley, Noe Terrazas, and Anas Adobe. Tight ends are Bill Henry, Navante Richardson, and on the line, it's Sitlamina Osalado, Ovayanda, and Tlatoani Supremo. 2nd and 9 after the 1-yard check down to Bentley. And off the right side, no, play action. Sipe looking over the middle into coverage near the 45. Cannot hook up with Navante Richardson. Pass falls incomplete.
And what a hit that was delivered by the coverage unit there. That one was arriving exactly when it needed to, not a second early, not a second late. And Navante Richardson, it's a tall order to ask someone who's only been in the league for 2 years to make that catch.
Step drop, pass near side, incomplete. Just a touch overthrown, intended for Terrazas. And it's an early 3-and-out forced by this Toros defense.
I'll say a little credit there goes to Adam Leach on the coverage. He knows how to stand there to disrupt the timing on what was otherwise going to be a tight route, one that was a little bit tough to fit the ball into in the first place, but with that slight disruption and any error at all by the quarterback, it leads to an overthrow. And that one's going nowhere. I don't know why there's so much confidence in some of these returners to go for some of these instances where it looks like just take it. You're getting maybe 5 yards. The gunners are there.
Well, it's still a pretty decent return from McGee as we introduce you to the quarterback, Marcus Duniel, the Hall of Famer, the former SFL champion. And unfortunately for him, it just wasn't his day when they played Albuquerque. 6 of 23, no touchdowns, an interception. He's now gone 2 weeks without a passing score. Their opening drive will start from their 35-yard line. Fullback dive up the middle. That's Aaron Alexander in the backfield. Alongside him at the halfback's position is Jay-Z Bacon. Wide receivers are Henry McGee, Cade Stevens, and Stephen Hacker. Tight ends are Robert Garrett Jr. and James Jennings. And on the line, it's Emilio Panda, Gordo Enorme, and Frank Burks. It's a run left side. And getting out of the tackle is Bacon, but he's finally corralled. He nearly broke that one off. A good gain of about 5.
And that's some serious credit to the front 5 from the Toros, as well as fullback Aaron Alexander. going out to get that block and steal that edge. Wide open running holes for JZ Bacon to hit.
Here's the pass here on third down. That time they will be able to connect with Stephen Hacker. First catch of the ball game, moves the chains.
Slick little work here out on the outside by Hacker. Looks like it's zone coverage. He's got a route that's a crossing. It's a little bit of a medium depth route. He does a little shimmy. No one's around him, and great job by Dunhill to see him coming in the windows between the coverage there.
Here comes a run for Bacon, but he is dragged down by the defensive tackle, A.K. Jones, for a loss of 1. Let's introduce you to that Aztec defense. The rest of that defensive line is Skylar Kingsley, Evan Miller, and Dan Tritz. Outside linebackers are John Osiris and Watziolia and John Osiris. Inside linebackers John Fowler. Corners Gerard Brody, Liam Ryan, and Merrick Itera. The safeties we'll get to in a second as the defense is again in the backfield. That's Skylar Kingsley, who takes down Dunhill for a loss of 3.
And what a big play on second down for the defense to come up with. The swim move to break loose as the pocket protection was there right up until it wasn't. Dunhill's normally good at avoiding sacks and has a solid internal clock. He eats one there, though. Only his second sack on the season.
Play action, Dunhill looking to throw near side. Caught on the run inside the 30, Henry McGee. It's been a couple of 1-2 punches usually for the Toros, that being Kate Stevens and Stephen Hacker, but you always have to look out for the second season man, Henry McGee.
And this is a real thunder and lightning duo they have as far as the receiving core goes. They have multiple threats, multiple options, and even when you just get outside of those two receivers, they also have an excellent pair of tight ends.
Run near side with Bacon, gets a good block from Alexander, and he tried to bounce out for tackle, but bounces right into the awaiting arms of the lineman, and he goes down after a pickup of 6.
Kind of think that was a friendly spot there from the ref saying how much forward progress he got there, but he did get there.
Another run here for the Toros. This time it's Ron Dane. Tries to get up through the middle. He gains up 3.5, they'll say, bringing up 3rd and short. The 3rd down test, and it's an easy run for Bacon as he gets inside the 10. 1st and goal, Toros.
And this is so far has been a 9-play drive. 7 of them have been runs, 2 for 2 on the pass plays. This drive has been methodical and effective.
2 tight ends down for Dunhill. 4-3 look out of the Aztecs trying to stop this drive. Stretch play near side. Dane gains about 6 before Max Jackson is there to stop him.
With the touchdown saving tackle there, he was almost untouched until Jackson arrived on the scene to make that hit.
High formation again. Dunhill, handoff middle, Bacon out on the tackle from Tritz. It's a 106-degree touchdown for JZ Bacon.
The heat is beating down, and Fort Worth is looking to take advantage of their running game early, really try and tire out this Aztecs defense, and on an opening drive that just covers basically the full length of the field, and they showed commanding presence at pretty much every point. At the one instance where you saw them with a 3rd and long, an incredible strike from Dunhill moves the chains, and this is the result. 7 points on the drive.
Long, methodical drives was the quote from head coach Luis Gonzalez for the Toros, and that one took 4 minutes plus off the clock. An excellent start to their game plan, and it sees the Toros up by 7. Now we'll see if the Aztecs had any chance to recalibrate after their opening drive. Went for a 3-and-out as Jeffrey Daggs tries to make a good little return as he cuts to the outside up to the 30-yard line. Let's introduce you to that Toros defense who did so well on the opening drive. Jeff Duffy, Jerry D. Gond, and Luther Gond are the defensive linemen, with Sonny Sky, Dexter Jackson, and E.K. Benson at linebacker. Tobias Gordon, Adam Leach, Aiden Davis, Delaney Nash, and Ben Stone are your secondary for the Toros. Blitz coming past middle, caught. That one's near the marker. They'll mark him down just shy. That's the tight end, Bill Henry.
And what a great catch by Henry there. It's an instance where it's coming up the seam. You know you got the linebacker right on your hip. The hit's coming as soon as the ball gets there. Just bring it into your chest, and he does exactly that.
Time it's a run for Bentley. He gets a hole, looking near side, past the 40. Still got defenders all around him, and he's ushered out of bounds inside the 35.
And that's just untouched. Bentley gets so much yardage because of an incredible blocking scheme and effort by the front five. The holes were there, but he also has such vision to see that seam where he just has open space and he runs to daylight.
There's a reason why he's a top 10 rusher in the SFL coming into today's game. 331 yards, good enough for 6th among all rushers in season 23. Pass now coming from side. Pass right side, caught by Devontae Richardson. Good gain of 7, and this drive already looking better than the first.
Absolutely, and that catch by Richardson is almost a mirror of the one he dropped earlier. But an absolute teeth rattler coming in, but he manages to bring that one in as he goes to the ground. Great effort.
Run, and nothing doing. Maybe a loss of 1 as Dexter Jackson gets some revenge on his former teammate. Jackson coming over from the Aztecs in the offseason. A bit of a revenge, a bit of a welcome to my new digs type of atmosphere. Sipe looking for a screen right side and take it down to the backfield is Bill Henry. No gain. And the drive that looked to be in full throttle, all of a sudden the brakes are put on by this Toros defense, and the Aztecs will be forced to kick a field goal.
And that drive was snuffed out by a beautiful effort, solo tackled by Sonny Sky. If she does not deliver that hit and bring him down to the ground, that's the chains moving. Instead, they're having to settle for 3.
And Chaz Blackwater's perfect season continues, 9 for 9 now here in season 23 as the Aztecs get a crooked number on the board. It's now 7-3 in favor of Fort Worth.
And that's not a bad showing from the Aztecs as a response here, but they are still ultimately down because they went 3-and-out on their opening drive, and they're ultimately going to give the ball out at half. Now the energy is definitely in Fort Worth's favor. The Aztec defense is going to need to come up with a stop.
Here comes McGree on the return. Good little spin move, and he's finally brought down by Blackwater. The kicker comes out of nowhere to save a touchdown. Oh, and he's hurt. Oh, no. Kickers matter, too.
Disaster on the field. Aztecs have been using his leg to put points on the board and allow themselves to keep themselves in games and win some in this instance on his leg. This is not what they wanted to have here.
My goodness. I haven't seen a kicker get hurt in the last few seasons at least, and now Blackwater's down, giving up his body to save a touchdown. Can the defense reward him and his efforts as the good little run here from Bacon gets to the outside, tackled down by Jeffrey Daggs after a pickup of 3 yards.
And I got to say, that's a skill that Daggs has back there at the free safety position. He understands how to come up and stop the run. He moves to the ball well. He has a nose for it, and he understands where to be to fill those run lanes.
The run up the middle. Dane with a lot of daylight picks up the first down to the 45.
Look at this. Look at those gaps there. The excellent effort to actually open up those ways for a skinny and smaller size of the backs that the forward Toros have to actually find ways to get daylight there.
There's a run toward the near side. Bacon. They're only going to give him one. Jackson there on the stop. That brings up 2nd and 9. Another 4-3 look out of Mexico City. 2 wide receivers near side here for Dunhill. 2-step drop. Has time. Now unloads it, and Hacker couldn't hold it with one hand. Try to get too cute with it, and he will pay the price with a lumbering hit levied on him.
His first errant pass of the day, and now he's going to have to find a connection on 3rd and 9. He did it earlier on the previous drive. Now it's time to come up big again.
4 wide now here for the Toros. It will be a play action. Blitz coming. Dunhill. Middle, and it's picked off! Just a touch too high, and Merrick Itera pulls in the football, and the Aztecs take over.
From bad pass to worse, Dunhill is having to try and find a window here, making sure he doesn't underthrow it, but he's focused so much on not underthrowing it and leaving it as an easy duck for Max Jackson to get at that Merrick Itera, lurking in the shadow of his target, doesn't get registered.
First pick of the season for Itera, 60th of his career. And the Aztecs defense does pay Blackwater's resiliency back. And they get the football back, but nearly throw it right back away into the backside of a defender.
Something that we have seen a few times from Jordan Sipe. He's not exactly been immune to interceptions. He's thrown 6 so far, but that's still only 4 touchdowns, those 6 interceptions, compared to Dunhill's 4 and now 4 and 5.
Tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Here for Sipe. Look to throw again, middle, looking for Henry. It bounces off and will fall harmlessly to the ground. 2 incomplete passes to start this drive.
I've got to say, I know it worked for him a couple of times on the previous drive, but it looks like the defense is adjusted. I would get away from this little quick timing route stuff.
5 wide here for Sipe. He will look to throw for the 3rd straight time as he rolls and uncorks one. Middle caught near the 40-yard line. Jason Bartley is there, and the drive continues.
And what a throw here from Jordan Sipe. He takes his time, calm, cool, and collected, rolls a little to his left, but ultimately the pocket is secure. He feels that pressure coming off the strong side, though, still rolls away from it to make sure there's no danger, so he has plenty of time to throw that strike to Bartley when he comes open.
We'll spread the field again here on 1st down, run right side. Bentley is corralled nicely after only a 2-yard gain. E.K. Vincent is there. Second and 8 now. With the final moments waning here in this first quarter. Sipe with the blitz on him. Does he get it away? He tried to and somehow gets it away to Bartley. Here are the lines of game. They'll mark him a yard shy. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. A very good game brewing here in Fort Worth, Texas. Toros 7, Aztecs 3. Welcome back to the Stockyards here in Fort Worth. I'm Tyler Falk alongside Alex West. Here in the commentary box, in the stats truck, it's Ramos Lynn and Stephen Hacker. And in production, it's the SFL Commissioner, Cameron Irvine. We thank you for joining us here this Sunday evening. Golf ball as well in your neck of the woods. It's a 3rd down and 1 here in Helter Swelter, hot Texas, over 100 degrees at the time of kickoff. It's a fullback dive, meanwhile, to begin the second quarter. BVD, Buford Van Tam, gets the 1st down.
Some fullback dive action there, but it's all set up by the incredible play that I just kind of want to highlight that Jordan Sipe made to close the first quarter. I have no idea how he didn't take a sack there, and instead he throws a dart to get 9 yards on second and 10. Crazy.
Quick drop, looking left side. Bartley again. He has been his favorite target tonight. Already his third reception, leads the team tonight.
And why not keep throwing it to him? 3 targets, 3 receptions, and he's just proving to be money so far. That's an unsustainable rate, but it's promising early chemistry.
High formation. They're on 2nd and 4 for the Aztecs. Another fullback dive, and Van Dam is there. Couldn't get all the yards, but picks up 3 of them.
Still plenty enough here. 3rd and 1 is an easy ask here. Just don't hand it to Buford again. You get a little cute if you you're asking for trouble.
Offensive line squeezes in, expecting a run up the middle here on 3rd and short. Indeed they do. Bentley diving forward with a defender draped all over him. Dexter Jackson could not hold back Bentley, and the Aztec drive continues as 3rd down has been their friend all season long. They're number 1 in the league in terms of 3rd down conversion. First down, looking middle, tipped and incomplete. Looked like a few defenders and offensive receivers had a shot at catching that, but none could haul it in.
And that was just a tough where you see lots of jerseys in the area, but the ball kind of falls, thankfully falls harmlessly to the turf for the offense. Mexico City sideline definitely breathes a sigh of relief there.
That ends near side blitz coming, pass into coverage. Incomplete. There is a flag, and they are going to get pass interference on the Toros. Unfortunately for E.K. Vincent, he was a bit too handsy.
And you can see here, he's definitely making contact with the receiver as the ball is in the air, but well before it arrives. It's past that 5-line yard of scrimmage that that 5-yard buffer that you have from within the line of scrimmage to kind of make that kind of incidental contact. But beyond that, it's a flagrant PI.
Sipe will look to pass, left side, caught out of it is Bill Henry, looking for the corner, gets out of the arm tackle, and the Aztecs take the lead on a 20-plus yard passing touchdown.
And that's a beautiful pass there, a post route that is just a simple throw to make, and Jordan Sipe finds the window, but it's that diving tackle by the cornerback there, Adam Leach, who's trying to bring the big man down, but fails to do so. And that is also off the back of an immediate pass interference penalty that definitely was in the minds of that defense, trying to avoid having 2 penalties like that in a row. And this is what happens.
First touchdown for Bill Henry this season, 16th of his career. And the Aztecs, who have been one of the best in terms of milking clock on drives and being methodical. It's a 3-minute drive, which sees them take their first lead of this rivalry game as we are back underway here in Fort Worth. Marcus Knight looking for space, can only get up through the middle. He's taken down at the 33.
Something I want to highlight about that last drive by Mexico City, 85 yards, 12 plays, 4 of 6 passing plays. And on the drive before that, when they had the field goal, they were 3 of 3 on passing plays. Overall, since ignoring the first drive that Mexico City had, Sipe is 7 for 9.
.801 as the Toros begin this drive in the second quarter. They'll try a run near side. Bacon out of 1 tackle, but cannot escape the Maracay Terra tackle.
And this Toros run game is going to get, I think, more effective as time goes on. But already they're showing some nice gains on first down here.
6 down linemen. anticipating a run. Instead, the Toros will pass. Dunhill underneath, caught. Hacker will turn upfield after the drag route. And that's another first down for Fort Worth.
And that's so slick by the Toros there to show that power I formation, induce a heavy set look from Mexico City. Lots of hands on the ground. You think it's going to be trench warfare. Nope, pass play.
Another run for Bacon, who tries to shake and bake and picks up 11. Another Toro first down as the drive continues to stampede down the field.
And it's really starting to pick up now for this offensive line. They're finding their blocks, and at this point, the halfbacks are getting 4 or 5 yards down the field before they even have to make a move to avoid a defender. That's incredible effort by the blocking unit so far. The Aztecs' run defense has got to respond.
Pretty comparable numbers at this point in the game as Dane gets the call here. He gains 5.
And it feels like to some extent the Aztecs are still looking to try and stop the pass from Dunhill, but that's not what's killing you right now. Look to stop Dunhill whenever it's third down. They're going away from him. You just got an interception. Stop the run. Stack the box.
High formation, another run for Bacon through the middle, denied, a yard shy. Good tackle from Jeffrey Daggs as he comes down from his free safety spot.
Do we see another fake out pass here?
He very well could be. The playbook is wide open here on 3rd and short. James Jennings, the tight end, in motion. Toros now on a weak eye look as Dunhill will just sneak it up the middle for the easy first down as the Toros continue to pile on the pressure on offense.
That was so cute, but exactly what you need. Just get a yard. How about 2? And he didn't put it on the ground either.
This ground game really clicking now for the Toros. Instead, Dunhill will pass to try and break up the Remington. And there is Stephen Hacker with reception 999 and a first down.
One away from the big 1,000, only the 10th receiver to ever do it. All eyes on Mr. 88, and he is, in this instance, finding that soft spot behind the linebackers and well short of the safeties. Burns the one person that's in the area that's assigned to cover him because he has a full head of steam. Look at him go.
He's currently situated top of the screen. Dunhill might look for him. No, checks it down to Bacon near side, out of 1. But Jeffrey Daggs is there. They only will surrender a yard.
Mexico City really needs to stand strong here and limit the Toros to a field goal so they can try and maintain some momentum here.
Dunhill looking to throw again, rolling, and the ball tumbles out of his hands. The pressure from off the edge was just too great as they got to him as he was releasing.
It's impressive that he managed to get the ball out at all, felt the pressure coming, had the internal clock go off there. Does not take only his 3rd sack of the season, avoids taking 2 in a game for the first time. Just expert stuff from the savvy veteran.
McGee Stevens down near side, Hacker far side, Dunhill unloads at middle, and it's picked up! Looking for Stevens! Jeffrey Daggs is there! The 2nd interception of the game! And it's gonna go back to the Aztec 20.
A home turf meltdown so far from Dunhill, who's getting greedy, trying to find someone who's already got one guy on his hip in single coverage, but the safety is there lurking. He doesn't look and care about either of them, and Daggs makes him pay.
First interception of the season for Jeffrey Daggs. Interception number 86 in his career. And now Cybisk squashed. 2 yards behind the line. He had no idea that E.K. Vincent was lurking.
Big response from the defense, who's aware that there's a necessary moment to make a big play. E.K. Vincent having his blitz assignment finally coming to his way. You don't see a lot of inside linebackers going on these streaming missile headhunt opportunities. He makes the most of it.
Another Pass opportunity. This time Holden. Richardson off to the races. Near sideline. Richardson is taken down near the 40-yard line. A pickup of 50 yards.
A monster play by the Aztecs. And you think that, maybe there's some hesitancy or some doubts after taking a sack, but no hesitation at all from Sipes, who finds the man on the outside. And what a gain by Navante.
Check that on nearly 50, nearly went the distance, 42 the official. And the Aztecs go from being backed up on their own side of the field to throwing again, and it's tipped and incomplete, looking for Henry this time.
And almost a turnover back the other way. In that instance, the backup safety Lyle West there lurking in wait.
No relation, Alex?
None here, no.
Oh, that's unfortunate. 2nd and 10, 3:20 to go here in the first half. Five-step drop, Sipe rolls, unloads, nice catch! Near the 24-yard line, it's Terrazas who hauls it in.
And this is once again Sipe doing a great job of maintaining calm, but in this case he has so much time in the pocket to work with. He correctly diagnoses the zone coverage, knows that he doesn't need to take a shot deep against the cover 3. He can just wait for that post route to come open over the middle.
Sipe again will throw, blitz coming, pass caught, Bill Henry. A first down that results in a 1st and goal.
And all these tight ends stepping up and making repeated catches and that are going to come with immediate punishment after that ball arrives. There's no fear in this core. They all know what the job is, and they signed up to do it. I'm so impressed with this receiving core from the Aztecs, wide receivers and tight ends both.
Formation, Sipe middle, and it's picked off. EK Vincent! That's our nice hands catch of the game, brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K23. Put it in there just the way EK Vincent put the ball in to get the crucial turnover in the end zone.
Oh my God, how did he do that? This is a moment where it looks inevitable for the Aztecs to score, but EK says, no sir, not on my watch. I did a sack to start this drive. I'm gonna kill it with a pick right here.
And so the Toros will be back on offense. Only a gain of 2 to start off with. And this rivalry game is really kicking into high gear.
Back and forth we go. Neither team able to pull away. Both defenses laying it out on the line here, but offenses are managing to get things going. I love this game.
Dunhill. Rolling, firing, one hand attempt, no, for Cade Stevens. And we are talking already, or Mike Daggs and Gerald Smith were talking on the Matt Wilson pregame show how hyped they are for this game. One of them probably coaches in this game, but regardless, the hype for this game is real, and we are being treated to a very hotly contested one, both in terms of atmosphere here at the Stockyards, but in terms of temp out there on the field. Over 100 yards, pass right side, caught, Parrott again! Oh my goodness, breaking on the ball was Gerard Brody. 3rd pick of the night for Dunhill.
It's official. Fort Worth, the Stockyards are officially a no-fly zone today. Defense is both seeing the ball clearly through the haze. Neither quarterback able to avoid defenders' hands, it seems, so far.
2 minutes to go. Who wants to score? The defenses sure do. What about these offenses? 10-7.
We have 2 touchdowns from each one from each offense and 5 interceptions.
4 interceptions. Sipe middle. There's a tight end getting 9 yards. Henry again from Sipe, and Sipe picking up right where he left off. It seems like the interception hasn't phased him, as the SFL convention is headed to Baltimore for the 2025 convention, kicking off the league's 25th anniversary season, July 10th to the 14th. Join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency, looking out into Baltimore's Inner Harbor and revel in the league's first convention on the East Coast. As that run up the middle is good for the first down from Bentley. You can reserve your room for the SFL convention next year now at the special group rate at simfl.net. Another run left side for Jacob Morrison. His first touch on the ground today gets a couple yards. And a timeout called by the Aztecs.
Kind of question the decision to run the football there. But at the same time, get it just a little bit closer, make it a little bit more within field goal range when you have an injured kicker. Not a bad decision.
Tight ends near side. Hit one second and about 8. Sipe underneath Hot. Bartley gains a few more. It'll be 3rd and medium after the Mexico City take their second of 3 timeouts. Just a look at E.K. Vincent. A sack, an interception, and 5 tackles. And he's sent on a blitz. Pass left side. Intended for Adobe. Just a bit too far. And the Aztecs will have to settle for 3.
This time they look away. The Aztecs try to get away from the miracle maker E.K. Vincent for the Toros, and they're wise to do so. Still have to settle for a field goal here, but that does make it in their favor still.
Injured Blackwater is back on the field, and he's able to slot home the field goal. And that extends the lead. It doubles the lead out to 6 for the Aztecs.
Now, at this point, we have to see if Marcus Dunhill can shake out the ghost from his brain, get his head screwed on straight, and be the leader that his team needs to go down and score a touchdown with 58 seconds left to go.
Here comes the return from Knight, who tries to bounce out of the tackle and does, but all of a sudden, he is clobbered up at the 26-yard line. That is where the Toros will go to work. Just under a minute to go in this first half. Apart from those 3 interceptions, Dunhill throwing just under 50% tonight. 5 of 11. He will be asked to throw again. Looking near side, just a bit too high. Incomplete.
Definitely looking like he's still seeing ghosts out there. He's going to need to take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Calm yourself down, center yourself, and then find the open man.
49 seconds now. Here for the Toros. He in motion far side. Dunhill with time. Takes off, tries to run with it, can't get back to the line of scrimmage. Liam Ryan is there, and it's 3rd down.
And it's incredible coverage down the field overall, as well as pressure coming that collapses the pocket from the strong side and on the edges that forces Dunhill. He feels that pressure. He feels like he has no choice but to scramble, but lurking and waiting is the cornerback who makes that easy tackle at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and long, play action. Dunhill has to get rid of it, and it is caught for a first down. The Cowboy, Robert Garrett Jr., saves the drive for the Toros.
Improbably finds a window there where he's streaking in between the linebacker and safety, both of whom are on different coverage zone assignments. He finds that window and just manages to hold on to the football.
Now from their own 43-yard line. It's a run for Bacon. Gets out of a tackle, looking far side. Gains 6, and it looks like the Toros will be content to go to halftime down by 6. They will be able to get the ball back to start the second half, but for now, the Toros are looking at snapping their own winning streak over the Aztecs, which they've held on to since season 18. They've won 6 straight since the week 1 meeting. But right now, Alex, the Aztecs are in control.
And they're looking for vengeance too. So far, they are in the driver's seat. Their offense is clicking with only 2 instances that they did not score points offensively. That first 3 and out and that 1 interception that was thrown by Sipe. Otherwise, the offense has effectively moved the ball both through the air and on the ground. They found ways to score points consistently, and that's allowed them leverage over the Fort Worth offense, who is struggling and stuttering because Dunhill is just not seeing his receivers.
And we'll take a break, presented by Brakes GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
It's an Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Brakes GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Brakes GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Brakes GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, brakesgpt.com. As we welcome you back to the Stockyard, second half is now officially underway as a good little return, nearly broken off for a big one by Henry McGee. Gets the Toros all the way up to the 32-yard line, and that is where they will start the third quarter.
And one thing that we're going to need to see, and that's going to be a big focal point, especially since the Toros are down right now, their rushing attack is going to have to still be involved here and keep them in the game. But if Mexico City scores again here, turns this into a 2-score ball game, a lot of pressure is going to be put on Marcus Dunhill to lead this team to a comeback. But for now, they can get away with just asking the talented backfield, to do a lot of the work.
Be a run for Bacon, who cut it back into the inside. Double teamed after gaining 6 yards.
And he's averaging 4.3 yards per carry right now. He's got a touchdown already. That is a guaranteed first down every time if you give him the ball on those averages.
Long as the Toros stay on schedule. Dane now with the run, and he will pick up the first down, set up by Bacon.
And Dane's not necessarily someone that you burn down the house about, or that you get real pumped whenever you see him on the field, but he still does a necessary job. He does a good contribution to the team, giving JZ Bacon an opportunity to spell himself and still hitting the holes with effort.
Coverage backs off on the receiver far side as the Toros will try and run up the middle. John Fowler and Jeffrey Daggs are there to stop JZ Bacon only after a pickup of 3. That'll bring up 2nd and 7. Just under 8 minutes, 40 seconds to go in this third quarter. Still plenty of time as looking left side, picked for the 4th time tonight. John Osiris was right there in the passing lane.
And this is just an immediate disaster. As soon as Dunhill is asked to make something that could be considered a more challenging throw, and that's one that you shouldn't be going for. The linebacker is there, is prepared, has the route, and the receiver is not getting any kind of separation. You need to float that ball way over or potentially out the sideline to avoid this kind of result.
Too wide here for Sipe to begin the drive, and at plus territory, and he just overthrows his intended target, Noe Terrazas.
And honestly, that's arguable. It feels like he was just trying to get the ball out of there. I saw a Toro defender that was unblocked by the left tackle. He just kind of got in a hole where the tackle and guard had a little bit of a miscommunication on who was supposed to be blocking where, and he just was streaking to Sipe unblocked.
This time it'll be a run that goes nowhere. Sunny skies there to bring him down.
Interesting 3rd and long here. The Aztecs definitely want to extend their drive, expand their lead, but that's not going to happen if Jordan Sipe cannot give them this first down here.
4 wide now here for Mexico City. Empty backfield and a tight end of the up position. 4-man rush. Sipe middle. Caught! Bartley to the 32. He has been on fire tonight.
And he's been there time and time again when Sipe has needed him. Whenever Sipe was initially struggling to find a rhythm, who did he go to? Bartley. And in this instance, when it's 3rd and 10, nothing has been working on that initial set of on those initial 2 plays. Bartley gets the one-on-one and finds the seam.
5th target, 5th catch, averaging just under 10 yards a catch. As Bentley gets the call, shoulders a man and gets through all the way to the 20-yard line, a pickup of 12.
And that's exactly what they need and what they hope for. Bray Bentley having himself a monster day. Look at that, 6.9 yards per carry average. They've only asked him to carry the ball 7 times, though, mainly because Jordan Sipe is having an absolute scorcher of a day himself. 14 to 23. This is a real problem for the Fort Worth defense.
Sipe again will throw, stunt by the defense, pass caught, Bill Henry in coverage, somehow able to look this one in and pick up 9.
And not only that, you see how he actually broke the tackle of the initial defender that tried to lay the hit as he brought that in. He breaks one tackle and is looking to try and lunge across the first down marker. If there wasn't a second defender there, he's getting it.
The 11, pullback dive, Van Dam, it's a yard and a first down.
And they say he's going to get it. 1st and goal here for Mexico City. Toro's looking to stand tall, and this is kind of their best opportunity to try and limit the damage.
The last time the Aztecs were in this area, Ike Vincent came away with an interception. Sipe, right side, open is Devontae Richardson. He'll pick up 8.
Finding a seam there. At 10 yards out, you still have the ability to really spread the field and try and find some creative routes, and they find one there, but now it's all the harder. Goal line set.
It's been pass, run, pass, run, pass, run, pass. But they run here on play number 8. They do. And they only go for maybe a yard as the defense walled up in the middle. Jeff Duffy with the takedown.
Nowhere to go for Buford Van Dam on that one. The blocker's not able to generate enough space for his 6'4" frame to get skinny between.
I formation, it will be a pass, passing middle, double coverage. Oh my goodness! Dexter Jackson, against his former team, could have had a pick.
Not only that, Dexter Jackson was looking for the pick. The other potential highlight play that was brewing was Jeff Duffy beat his man off the edge and was hunting, screaming at Jordan Sipe. Almost got there.
So Blackwater will try to tack home an old-fashioned extra point. It is up and good. 3 field goals today. Makes him 11-11 on the season, and the lead is now stretched out to 9.
And 2 of them come after he gets injured, which is just crazy to me. Blackwater coming in clutch when his team needs it. Let's see how far he makes it on this kickoff.
He was injured tackling Henry McGee on a return just like this. Instead, McGee will take it down for a need and a touchback as we go back to SFL headquarters for another game going on in Houston.
Thank you, Tyler. This game has been nuts. Charleston at Houston. Jack Brown here with the pick 6. When Charleston was down 14-0, Josh Slapp gets hurt. O.J. Bruin throws another pick 6. The game is tied at 14 now, but Josh Slapp is back in the game, and Houston's on the move. Back to you.
How about that for a bingo card? Tying up the game down by 2 scores with 2 pick 6s. Wow. Thanks for the update, Cam. No gain here on first down. Under 5 to go. Here in quarter number 3 as Bacon gets the call, and he just continues to fight off defenders, really embodying the spirit of the Toros.
And that is truly what it is. Put your head down, win the war in the trenches. You see the wide receivers making extra effort to throw their blocks, do their, even on that instance where, you know, you could argue that Max Jackson had practically beaten Cade Stevens. Cade still turns around, throws the block to make sure that Jackson can't make a tackle on the backside. This is the kind of blocking ethos that has let this team rush for over 100 yards.
A run through the middle. Dane, who's been the counter punch to Jay-Z Bacon today, picks up the first down. Again, we just took a look at these numbers again. While the Toros might be doing it on the ground, it's the passing game that's really been doing it for the Aztecs. Can Marcus Dunhill respond and get his team back in this? Or it will just be on the shoulders of Jay-Z Bacon, who shoulders another defender for a good gain of 6.
Well, right now, with the current score, they're down by enough to where anything else on top of this makes it to where they have got to air it out and only air it out. There's just, right now, they're still close enough where they don't have to ask the clearly rattled Dunhill to do much more.
Will roll and fire across his body. Caught just in front of the line to gain. That results in a Fort Worth first down.
And with how many runs they've been setting up the play, they've been setting up the ability to run a pass, especially with some creative routes to the sidelines this entire time, especially with how many times they've been rushing inside. There haven't been many coverages going to those sidelines, taking advantage of it there.
Under center here on first down, handing off Bacon, who gets stopped behind his lineman, but has 4 defenders all over him, and he still manages 3 yards.
And that's credit to Bacon's own inertia as well as the efforts of the Toros. But how about the Aztecs there to stuff any effort from that power I formation to go anywhere?
Dunhill looking middle into a cloud of Aztecs. Incomplete, third down.
Big 3rd and 7 here. These are the kinds of passes that so far Dunhill has been struggling to make outside of that first drive. It's a moment where he needs to come clear with his mind here.
They've converted just over 50% of the third downs today. Dunhill with time, looking across his body. Nothing doing. Cade Stevens just not long enough to haul that one in. And the Toros will punt.
Avoids the turnover there, but at the same time, the end result isn't much different, especially with how deep he was looking there. He just puts too much mustard on it and doesn't put it where Cade Stevens is, unless Cade Stevens was just on a flat-out sprint the whole time.
There will be a return from the 20-yard line, and unfortunately for the return man, he can only get 2 as the Toros collapse around him. How many likes do we have on this video so far? It's not enough. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you've got notifications on so you won't miss a minute of SFL and SFLM action, and help the channel grow through your support. Run right side. Bentley cannot escape Jerry Degon. No gain.
And that feels like one of the first times that specifically that Bentley's actually been stopped at the line of scrimmage. He has a 5-time All-Star, previous MVP. He's a real monster, and it shows how well he's run outside of that one play.
Type will look to throw right side, and Bill Henry could not pick the ball off his shoestrings, and the hit from Aiden Davis makes sure that the pass falls incomplete. Third down, this Toros defense could surely use a stop. They've been able to stop Mexico City 5 of the 9 times. already tonight.
Two great plays to start this drive from the defense. Let's see if they can force the 3 and out here.
Side, rolling, firing, and a bit of miscommunication. Trying to hit Bill Henry, the tight end, who is well short of the line to gain, but also could have been intended for Devontae Richardson beyond the line to gain. Regardless, incomplete, and the punt will continue.
And you got to think the home crowd being on their feet, really just raining down, showering down noise, had to make that extra hard for any kind of communication, just be impossible.
Comes a return from McGee, who lost the football, and the Aztecs jump on it. Eric Westmoreland hauls in the loose pigskin, and the Aztecs flip the field on special teams.
Yeah, special teams.
And so the Aztecs will continue to go to work now at the Fort Worth 35. Sight middle, looking for Henry. Can't haul it in again. Another incompleted pass from Sight.
Right now, this feels like it's definitely on the edge of Chaz Blackwater's leg based on how he did on that previous kickoff. I think he might be able to hit it from here. He'll definitely hit it if they give him another 5 yards.
Fourth straight incompletion from Sight as he looks to pass. Has time looking. There it is, and getting body slammed at the 20 as Bill Henry just kept woodpecking away at trying to get the ball to Henry, and it results in a first down.
Just keeps looking for number 47 over and over again. Pays off this time. 11 targets, 7 receptions. But ultimately, he's just been able to find that connection. Hashtag throw it to the tight end indeed.
Just inside the red zone. Blitz coming off the edge. Picked up by the halfback. Pass. Caught. Touchdown to the end zone. Bartley's rewarded again. And the Aztecs extend the lead even further. They're looking for redemption.
6 targets, 6 receptions, and he finally gets the touchdown there. 69 yards. Jason Bartley, go off here because that is a one-on-one catch that you have to make, and he makes it big to extend this to be an easy 2-score game.
It's been an excellent night for the Aztecs, who will look to tack home this extra point, resulting in it being 23-7. The lowest amount of points that the Toros have ever scored against the Aztecs was 10, all the way back in their second meeting against these Aztecs when the Aztecs beat them 28-10. And right now, these Aztecs are having fun north of the border.
And they've just been so effective at swallowing up this Fort Worth Toros' best attempts at offense tonight. It's like they've got all the game film. They've read the books. They know what's coming.
That'll be a touchback. And do we have more pick sixes in store from us from Houston, Cam?
No, Tyler, more offense. O.J. Bruin to Mike St. Green on this 3rd and 10 play action. Houston has 314 yards of offense in the first half, and they lead 28-14 late in the second. Back to you.
Well, I'm sure MSG will be talking about that plenty on This Week in the SFL coming up tomorrow night as Jeffrey Daggs brings down Bulk here for a gain of 1. Thank you, Cam, for that update. Just over a minute to go here in the third quarter. Daniel has to throw off his back foot. Finds Stephen Hacker for reception number 1,000. The 10th player to ever do it in SFL history.
And what a play to do it on here. It's an instance where they definitely need a spark. This offense needs signs of life. Backpedaling, throwing off his back foot. Tunhill has struggled all day, so he finds old reliable Mr. Hacker, who's been a monster over his entire career here. So hats off to you. Congratulations on number 1,000.
It'll be a run from Bacon, who picks up 5 yards here on first down. As if memory serves me right, I'm going through all the Hall of Famers. I don't think Hacker's gotten into the Hall of Fame just yet for his player. All you SFL historians can help me out even further by seeing if Hacker deserves to be in the SFL or is already in the SFL for being a statistician. I think that's what he's in for. And run left side. Here for Aaron Alexander, gains 3, brings up 3rd and short. And that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Aztecs out in front. Toros need a miracle when we come back. Stand by for League Rights.
Presentation of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Welcome back to the Stockyards here in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm Tyler Falk, alongside Alex West here in the commentary box. Glad to have your company this evening. Special thanks to Stephen Hacker, getting number 1,000, both in terms of stats and both in terms of receptions. And a special thanks to Ramos Lynn as well, as Max Jackson denies the run, but the Toros will challenge. And so we will take a retroactive look at the play, brought to you by Retroid. Get your SFL console at GoRetroid.com.
How do you feel about this challenge here? I personally don't like taking this risk, especially when you're down 2 touchdowns with 2-point conversions. You really need to conserve timeouts.
And Alexander, ooh, that's going to be close. That sideline look, and even though that line's imaginary, some players claim they can see it. Did Aaron Alexander find it? And it is indeed going to be ruled as the play will stand. That'll lose the Toros a crucial timeout in this 4th quarter, as it's just the thickness of a postcard for the Toros to go, and they're going to punt it.
And I can't understand this call here. I know
Not
your
even
offense
a
has
fake.
struggled.
Not
I know
even a
your
fake.
offense has struggled, but what?
And the return comes back to about the 24-yard line of the Toros. Defense will now be called upon to try and slow down one of the league's best rushing attacks. First down and 10, pass over for Richardson, and it bobbles among the waistlines of a couple Toro defenders as the pass ball's incomplete.
And you definitely mentioned how the Aztecs have one of the league's best rushing attacks. They're 3rd in terms of rushing yards per game coming into this one. But it has been the Jordan Shipes show. It has been an absolute aerial assault from the Aztecs. It's done a lot of the heavy lifting for their offense here.
Pitch play, gobbled up in the backfield. Delaney Nash read that play like a book.
That attempt at the delay action is absolutely swallowed up by the Toros defense. 3rd and 13 here. Obvious passing down. Can Jordan Sipe conjure up some magic again?
From 13 yards out from the line to gain. Sipe will overload the right-hand side. 4-man rush, pass middle, caught! Noe Terrazas, 17, Aztec first down.
And what I love about that play so much is that you see how it starts out, it's an empty set. You see how he moves Terrazas across the side, across the formation from left to right, overloading that one side, revealing that it's man coverage, and showing him where his mismatch is and where that linebacker is, instead of having to do matchups against cornerbacks and safeties.
High formation here for Mexico City. Pitch play, nearly got taken down again, but Bentley with a stiff arm, looking for another one to take to the ground, and he's taken down with them. A pickup of 7.
A minor miracle that wasn't a Toros turnover in favor of the Toros, though. That pitch play is the second play we've seen this drive that was practically disastrous.
8:10 to go as the clock keeps ticking. Fullback dive here for Van Dam, and Van Dam rolls over E.K. Vincent on top of the logo. Brand new set of downs now for the Aztecs. Blitz coming, Sipe, and it's bobbled and talked around. Delaney Nash in coverage as Sipe was looking for Bartley. That's the first time that Bartley's been targeted, and he has not caught it.
And that one I can't even blame him for. That's one where it felt like Sipe was definitely leading him into traffic instead of leading him open. And that one just falls to the turf, and he's lucky it wasn't a takeaway.
Oro showing zone here on second down. Sipe will again look to throw. Looking over the middle. Terrazas is there. First down to near the 35-yard line, and this block and this game is just getting away from the Toros. They need a stop in a hurry.
They really do. But it feels like they've brought the wrong overall game plan for that so far. They've been looking to a lot of zone coverage, and they've been trying to disguise those looks or present different variations of zone looks, but they just haven't been able to beat Jordan Sipe.
On middle, Bentley, and he will gain 9.5 yards. And looking for another first down.
And it's so hard to actually stop an offensive running game when the passing game is this intense, right? And that just made Ray Bentley have wide open holes to gallivant through.
Run up the middle. It's Buford Van Dam. BVD picks up the first down. The 8th first down for Mexico City today in this second half, compared to only 4 first downs in the second half for the Toros. Blitz coming. Sipe over the middle as Bartley is there for the first down yardage.
And can you feel that, Tyler? I feel it. The clock is ticking away. 3.5 minutes have been taken off of this quarter since Mexico City took over the ball. They are working the clock down expertly on this drive, using every second that they can, keeping the ball in bounds, keeping incompletions to a minimum.
Back-to-back completions for Sipe and for over 10 yards. The back to the ground game. Bentley, maybe a yard this time, as Sky is there with a little help from her friends.
And that's a fine result. Clock keeps ticking. Even if you're held to a field goal at this point, you're extending your lead, but they got shotgun.
Sipe, nothing doing! Hello, Jerry Degon. A set for him tonight. Brings it up to 3rd and Giant.
And that feels like the first misfire for Sipe in forever, who's been at least able to get the ball out on time and avoid costly mistakes. This one, just a huge work by Gond, who feels like he's almost unblocked coming off that edge with how fast he gets home.
Second sack of the ball game for the Toro defense, as the Aztecs were able to convert on 3rd and 13 earlier this drive. Can they convert on 3rd and 17? Sipe just tucks it and runs through the middle and slides inside the 10-yard line, wisely giving himself up and giving his field goal unit a chance to tack home 3 more points.
Plenty good, plenty good. That first down conversion line was on the 1, so it's either score the touchdown or kick the field goal at this, and he doesn't decide to take a turnover.
Hot kick is up, and it is good. 26-7. Aztecs lead by 19. The largest margin of victory potentially in this rivalry matchup.
And that's a 12-play drive that lasted exactly half the length of a full quarter. A devastating blow to the Fort Worth faithful's hopes at a comeback. Now this is all but out of reach.
I should say largest margin of victory for the Aztecs in this rivalry matchup. Toros have beaten the Aztecs by 24 on 2 different occasions as the return for Henry McGee is a pretty good one. And now the Toros offense, they have their work cut out for them. It's do or die time. You have to score, and you have to score quick, down by 3 scores.
Not only that, you have to score, and you either have to kick the onside and recover it, or ask your defense to do what they have struggled to do, force an immediate 3-and-out from the Aztecs offense. Given the situation, though, I don't think that's so likely. They've got to score almost instantly and take the onside.
A little over 4.5 to go in regulation. Dunhill finds a man on the run. That's McGee, who crosses midfield to the 47. And
Dags
now
with the
this
tackle saving there.
And now this Toros offense kicking into high gear. 5-man rush from the Aztecs. Pass caught. Interception number 5. This one might be going all the way back. Instead, tanking down near the 40-yard line, officially at the 39. A brilliant breakaway play from Liam Ryan, and that is our breakaway play of the game, brought to you by Breaks GPT, sports memorabilia, and breakers and collectors. You never know whose autographed helmet or jersey you might hit. Check them out at breaksgpt.com. And it's been a disaster of a passing game for Dunhill, and these Aztecs, instead of feasting on live hearts, are feasting on Dunhill passes.
And that's something to highlight here. 5 interceptions, each one by a different member of the Mexico City defense. Linebackers, cornerbacks, safeties, everyone getting on the action.
AVD, maybe getting back to the line of scrimmage. No, not back for maybe a loss of 1. As we want to remind you to join Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green for another edition of SFL This Week at 7:15 p.m. Eastern before the upstart Albuquerque Adams head to the desert for their biggest test yet. The unbeaten Arizona Scorpions. Well, wouldn't they just be going across state lines? I digress. Kickoff is at 8:15 p.m. Eastern with the full Monday Night Spectacular crew right here on SFL YouTube. And up the middle, gains maybe about 4 yards here for Bentley. That brings up 3rd and 7 as they are just going to play the time game.
No reason to do anything else. You've got an emphatic lead. You've got a lead that is so well protected that there is no way that to assail a 19-point differential without scoring 3 touchdowns. It's just not happening. You can't surmount it at this point.
They need to get inside the 29-yard line. The Aztecs, and they'll just run it with Van Dam, who kneels just shy of crossing that imaginary yellow line. I think that's a pretty decent spot. We'll see if Ramos or Mike Daggs have any second thoughts
Blackwater's
about
out
it.
there.
But right now it seems
15 in the huddle.
But right now it seems like the Aztecs will settle for 3 points.
Absolutely no reason to do anything else. Blackwater's been so reliable today. Call his number again. He's kicked this distance before.
Football is a game of symmetry as well as it is a game of chess. Mark Dunhill's had 5 interceptions. Does Blackwell have 5 field goals? Yes, he does. Aztecs lead by 22 in the waning moments of this one.
And it's just so, you mentioned that symmetry. It really is something to highlight, is how the Aztecs have taken advantage of the turnover opportunities that Fort Worth has presented them with. They've been able to take away the ball so many times and then immediately score off of those opportunities, with only one exception.
Kickoff is on its way here. McGee's been close a couple of times on returns, but this time he's knocked down as we get probably our final update from Houston with Cameron Irvine before we close out tonight.
Thank you, Tyler. This one's shaping up to be an instant classic. Charleston, 24 yards of offense in the first half, 80 yards on the opening drive of the third quarter. Finds Xavier Solomon in the back of the end zone. That game's got plenty of time. Join it when you're done. 28-21, Houston leads the Predators. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. Here it's Marcus Dunhill trying to rekindle some old magic. Down by a boatload. Forward progress is good progress. Dunhill, near side, caught near the marker. They'll give him a first down. Cade Stevens with the catch for 10 yards. Another pass coming for Dunhill. Middle, caught, Hacker. Catch number 1001 to midfield. And we have reached the 2-minute warning here in this one. It might be all over, but the Toros aren't done just yet. They're down 29-7 with 2 to go. Can they do the impossible here in week 6? Here comes the Toros offense back to the line. Right at midfield. Dunhill looking for a 15-yard gainer and a first down.
And this is one of the best drive showings they've had since the very first drive of the game, but at this point it's a bit too little and far too late, especially with how much that Dunhill has struggled over the course of this game. It's hard to understate how out of character it is for him and for this team.
Play action, Dunhill looking near side, picked, number 6. Itera to the back to the 40-yard line. And I think these fans here at the Stockyards have had enough at the moment, because 6 interceptions is just one too many, and it's the Aztecs who get a little bit of revenge. 6 times was all that would be for the streak. It snapped here, and the Aztecs will take the win here, and this will become the best start to the season for the Aztecs since season 17, when they went 4-1 through their first 5 games. That was the last time the Aztecs did it. Since then, it's been a couple of good seasons. Season 21 was a bit off the rails. Last season, they're back on the up, and right now the Aztecs look like one of the strongest teams in the SFL in season 23.
And it's such a turnaround for them. You got to know that the front office is thrilled with how this start to the season has been. They've come out firing on all cylinders. Their only loss is a very contested one against one of the only other undefeated. I say one of the only other. It's more like one of the only still undefeated teams in the league with the Arizona Scorpions. They have absolutely so much to be proud of in how they've played this game on the road, silencing the Toros in their own house and holding and having and giving one of the worst games of Dunhill's career to him today on this particular grudge match.
Certainly won't be something he'll be looking at the highlight reel from, that's for sure. A little over a minute to go. Aztecs need a first down to close this one out. Fullback dive. Van Dam will get it. Only one more deal down is what separates the Aztecs from getting their 4th win on the season and moving to 5-1, as they will return back to Mexico City next week to play the Canton Classics before going on the road in week 8 to play Chicago before the week 9 break. Meanwhile, the Toros will slip behind Mexico City in the standings in that tough Tex-Mex Louisiana South Division, as they now go back-to-back in losses. They'll look for a little bit of rekindling, as they will stay here at the Stockyards next week when they take on Arizona, followed by going on the road to face another Southern Division foe in the Houston Headhunters. As that is the final kneel down from Mexico City, and it has gone final here, 29-7. The Aztecs come away with a victory. They go back-to-back in the season, beating Atlanta, now beating the Toros on the road, as they will win here tonight against the Toros. Alex, what a game that was on display for us tonight, as the Aztecs come away with an impressive victory.
I honestly barely believed what I saw here tonight. I expected a fireworks show, not a mud hole stomping. This is an instance where the Aztecs defense was nothing short of dominant all night. Five players recorded interception, 2 from Merrick Itera. My game ball definitely goes to the Aztecs defense as a whole, but especially that secondary unit. generating 5 interceptions with that 6th coming courtesy of the outside linebacker John Osiris. There's nothing to complain about from this defense. There's everything to love about this defense, and the offense putting together one of their best showings of the night. Jordan Sight throwing for over 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, and only 1 pick. Just everything went right for the Aztecs, and they just want to carry this and play like this every night.
Absolutely. And a special thanks to our statisticians Ramos Lynn and Stephen Hacker. Special thanks to Justice Commissioner Kevin Irvine and production. And thanks to my partner Alex West. Calling the game with me tonight. The Toros fall to Mexico City 29-7 here in week 6. More action to come. Of course, it's the Houston and Charleston game going on right now. We'll check out the ending of that. Very exciting contest. But for now and until next time, we'll see ya. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.